the Committee on the Development of Gele Seaport, which is made up of Engineer Greg Ero as chairman, Engineer Greg Obuefun, Princess Bibi Omoleme Adele, Engineer Charles Ahigbe, Mr. Osaro Erobamie SAN, Mr. Felix Evudu, and Mr. Pius Donyenga. It is my pleasure to perform the inauguration of this technical committee on the development of Gele Seaport this afternoon. As you all will recall, in my New Year's Day's broadcast, I did mention that the development of Gele Seaport is a sine qua non for our economic prosperity in Edo State. Therefore, the inauguration of this committee is one major step being taken by this administration to boost the economic potential of our state. The importance of the role of this seaport in the development of our economy cannot be overemphasized. Apart from its historical importance, and as you recall, this is one of the first ports because it's a natural harbor that existed in this part of the world almost 3 centuries ago, from which we, the empire at that time, extended its reach both within the continent and internationally. Apart from its historical importance, I believe that the Gele port still portends significant role for the future of our economic development. The economic advantages of having a seaport in a state are numerous, and as you all know, they include not only the promotion of trade and commerce, but also in terms of creating economic and employment opportunities for our teeming population. We believe that properly planned and executed, the Gele port will not only increase government revenue generation, but lead to significant infrastructural development within the host community and its environs, as we expect that this location will also house an agro-industrial park. This administration places very high premium on the development of the Gele Seaport as a means of improving our economic competitiveness as a state. Our goal is to make Edo State the economic hub of the South-South political zone in this country. This committee is expected to come up with a blueprint of how to actualize our vision to create a viable seaport. Your terms of reference will include: 1, to advise government on the feasibility of developing the Gele Seaport as an import and export center, to review previous reports on the Gele ports and other developments that have occurred there, to review federal government's consultancy assignment and the implication for the state, to liaise on behalf of the state with relevant federal government agencies and other maritime-related agencies, the National Assembly, private sector participants, and other shareholders, respectively, to review relevant legislative provisions on the issue of ports and other matters connected thereto, to see how it affects this particular port, to advise on the value-added possibilities of the proposed ports, which will include the possibility of generating electricity from the available gas assets located there, building an agro-industrial park and a container terminal, and building the necessary infrastructure, the road infrastructure, to connect the location with the major transportation arteries of this country. We expect you to develop a time frame, work plan, and come up with a master plan for this port. We hope and expect that you'll embark on tours to neighboring states and to observe and review their port operations and advise on key issues thereafter. We expect you to raise other relevant issues that will aid the development of this port. We hope that you will explore options for engaging other private sector or participants in the development of this port. And finally, to ensure that we identify the important and relevant community issues that must be dealt with as we build out the port. Let me use this opportunity to inform you that the state government is currently having discussions with the Federal Ministry of Transport on the possibility of making Gele Seaport a container terminal in order to increase the economic activities in Edo State. I also would like to add that during a trip to China last week, we made contacts with some potential Chinese investors who currently are doing development work in some other ports in Nigeria currently, and also building power plants in the country, who have expressed interest to work with the Edo State government on this project. We will pass on all the relevant information to you. For the avoidance of doubt, this committee is a technical committee and has been carefully chosen, and the individuals who have been selected, to participate in this committee, in the work of this committee, include professionals with impeccable competence, integrity, and experience, as you can see from each and every one who has been appointed here on this committee. We have done this in the hope that they will bring their good and impressive track records to bear on this assignment. I wish to assure you that the Edo State government will provide all the necessary support and encouragement for you to carry on this task. Public-Private Partnership Office and the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Commerce will serve as your secretariat. I wish you success in your assignment, and it is now my honor and pleasure to inaugurate this technical committee on the development of the Gele Seaport.
Gele Port has been a seaport that has existed for centuries, at least for the last 6 centuries. The Portuguese traded with the ancient Benin Empire through that port. The Germans also came through that port. So it has been a natural seaport for international trade for many centuries. And what the governor has done, and of course, as I said in my speech, which dovetails into what His Royal Majesty also spoke about in his coronation, during his coronation, the port is of very great economic importance to the people of Edo State and also all the states of this country. Because Edo State, with Benin City as its headquarters, is a hub it has enormous connectivity to all parts of the country. Through Ore, you go to the whole of Southwest. Through Sapele, you go to the whole of South-South. Through Auchi, you go to all the northern states. Through Asaba, you go to all the southeastern states. So it is uniquely and distinctively positioned. It has its own distinctive characteristic, definitive characteristic, which is quite different from other ports in the country. And as I said, it's the first of its kind in Nigeria that will be devoted to agriculture.
I feel very happy being somebody from the community, from Gele houses. We are very happy because this is a long dream project. I want to first of all thank the governor, Obaseki, for his business strategy to make this seaport a reality at the right time. This time around, the story is going to be different because with seaport, which is going to open up the place. Like a Dubai Oil Company, which is there now, they are trying to build up a gas plant, which is going to be a help to the seaport too. And so many other projects, like the governor has mentioned, industrial park that is going to be too, that we complement the seaport. And most important thing, the youth in Edo State, the 18 local governments in Edo State, I think the youth will be engaged in various skill of jobs.